If you translate in your head when you're trying to have conversations in English and you feel frustrated, it's because you're not thinking in the language. Why? In this video, I'm going to share 5 reasons of why you can't think in English and the solution and action steps so you can become fully fluent and confident. Stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you're reminded every Friday we release videos on English confidence skills, personal and career growth in English. Now, before we even start, I want you to write "Give me the guide" because we are giving away our free guide to think in English. This is a full roadmap with habits and tips so that you stop translating in your head and think in English. So comment "Give me the guide" below. Now, at this point, I've helped many professionals think in English without living in an English-speaking country or without chasing perfection, using simple processes and systems and habits. We even have a YouTube video, so you can click the link in the description below so you can check it out. So reason number 1 of why you're not thinking in English is that you are translating everything. Yes, you've gotten into the habit, let me know if that is you. You've gotten into the habit of using Google Translator every time that you want to build sentences in English. Also, the thing is that languages do not work on only words. They work on different rhythms and structures and logic. So I know that when you try to speak a foreign language, your brain wants to keep you safe and comfortable. And so your immediate reaction is, okay, so how do I say this word? And so you go into Google Translator, or you even use tools that are not going to help you. So for example, there's word reference that you can use, and I'll link below. That's excellent to build vocabulary, but if you put the option of your native language to English, for example, I work with a lot of Spanish speakers, so if you put like Spanish to English, then that is not helping you to think more in English. What you should do is use Merriam-Webster and an English to English dictionary, so you get used to stepping out of the comfort zone a little bit and populate more words in your brain. Now, the solution here is to build micro immersion habits. Yes, so micro immersion habits, the key is immersion here. So things like when you wake up, narrating your day in English. I know it sounds simple, but these habits help. Now, when you're driving, listen to podcasts in English, and not only that, but try and repeat words out loud. And again, the goal isn't perfect grammar. So you may be thinking, but I'm afraid that I'll make mistakes. That's okay. That's okay. The goal here is not perfect grammar or you not making mistakes. The goal here is that you get used to speaking English out loud and thinking in English. And another thing that you can do, and this is by leveraging social media and tech, is following native English speakers on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, and so you will see English everywhere in your daily life. Now, this is a habit that I make my students do, and it's amazing how they start to think in English so fast. If you want more habits, comment below, give me the guide, and we'll send you a free guide to think in English directly into your inbox so you can start implementing and seeing results for yourself. Another way that you can see English everywhere in your daily life is subscribing to newsletters. And it can be about topics around what you love or your profession, so it makes it easy to open your inbox and then learn new vocabulary words, and again build those micro immersion habits that will make you think in English. Now, reason number 2 of why you may not be thinking in English yet is that you're only practicing passively. So I've spoken about this a lot, like watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, Those are very important habits to increase fluency, but they're not enough, especially if you want to think in English. Now that is input, but what you need is output as well, and that's where real fluency comes from. So you need to train your brain to respond, not just recognize. Okay, so when you're watching a movie, yes, you're recognizing subtitles, you're learning words, but why don't you take those words and again repeat them out loud? You can even do some shadowing. And by the way, if you want to learn the full technique, you can check out this video right here where I explain the full technique in detail so you can implement it for yourself. And it is a great technique to help you think in English faster. The solution is you need to become more active with your English learning skills. Okay, so why don't you set a timer every day for a minute, and you can record some voice notes in your phone for a minute, and this will rewire your brain for active fluency. So 60 seconds, no scripts, no stopping, and no chasing for perfection either. Remember, you can make mistakes. The important thing is that you, in spite of making mistakes, train yourself to keep going. And this will help you think in English. Now, reason number 3 is that you're still studying English as a subject. You are not living the language. So if you're focused on rules, drills, and worksheets, then you are not going to become a fluent speaker that thinks in English. I always say to my students is what happens in your notebook stays in your notebook. So if you only focus on writing down things like grammar rules, then you are not going to activate your brain to think in English more. So you need to get those things out of the notebook and get them into your brain so that it can come out as fluent English. Skills like thinking in English and fluency, it's not about being perfect, it's about being fast, flexible, and honestly confident. So solution is train English like a skill, not as a subject. So use role plays, simulated interviews, meeting prep, self-recorded presentations. Again, treat English as a skill. Live the language. And if you want a full training on living the language, you can check out this video right here. You can find the full video in the description below. Now, before I reveal the last 2 reasons why you're not thinking in English, comment, give me the guide below. So this free guide can be sent into your inbox and you can implement this whole process for yourself. Comment, give me the guide. Now, reason 4 of why you're not thinking in English, and this is deep, is that you're not trusting yourself. You don't feel safe speaking English. And this is where all the identity, confidence words comes into place. If you feel judged or you feel afraid of sounding wrong, or like you lose yourself and you lose your personality, then of course you're going to overthink and you're going to be worried of how you're going to sound, and that will block you thinking in English. You'll of course stay in your head. And so the solution for this is work on, again, emotional identity work, confidence skills. You can speak in low pressure spaces. Celebrate every small win along the way. Record yourself alone. Confidence also comes from exposure and self-compassion, not perfection. And this type of work is the type of work that we do inside of the English Confidence Method, our signature program with my students. And I'll share more information about our signature program after I share the 5th and final reason why you're not thinking in English. And so reason number 5 is that you don't have a consistent speaking habit. So just like fluency and skills like thinking in English, you need your daily reps. It's like going to the gym, just like fitness. You need a consistent habit. And by the way, I have a whole training on how I learned to speak like a native English speaker by building habits. You can check it out here. So if you're only speaking once a week or only during lessons, it's not enough to rewire your brain. That is why I speak about habits so much. So the more that you repeat new words, you learn more vocabulary, and you use it actively, then your brain will be full of that new information, and that will make you think in English faster. So for this, again, the solution is that you block off time, at least 10 to 15 minutes every day, just like going to the gym, and you make it your English time. Either you do some shadowing work, either you do some method speaking. Now, if you want to know more about that technique, you can check out this video right here. You summarize, you repeat, you write small texts, whatever it is that you do, that is your time for English. And this, my friend, will make you think in English faster. Again, just like physical training, it's the consistency that will build your fluency over time. So thinking in English isn't magic. You need a lot of mindset work, and you need a method that works. And this, my friend, is my invitation to you to join our English Confidence Method program. So I have a few spots for free clarity calls this week. So you can go ahead and comment clarity below, and I'll send you a link to book. This is a call, a no pressure call, to see where you're at and where you want to go, and to see if you're a fit, so that we can help you think in English, build those habits, and materialize career opportunities coming your way in English through native-like fluency. So comment clarity below. Alright, I hope that you've liked this video. If you have found a lot of value, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to download a free guide to think in English. You can also find it in the description box below. And I recommend that you watch this video on why thinking in English makes you fluent. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!